Hello, this is Athena with AMG Creates, and I am using a platform pop-up die today. I really enjoy this. So that's a platform pop-up. I'm going to be using some extras like the hillsides, there's a background, and the fences. And of course, the stamps and dies I'm using are from our You Crow Girl and Happy Harvest. How I envisioned this wasn't exactly like what was in my head didn't exactly come out, but that's okay. I think it looks pretty cool. It looks messy in the sense that there's a lot of stuff going on, but I like how it looks. Like while I'm done and I'm looking at it. Um I could have done a lot more to it to make it look simplistic, but eh. So if you haven't seen the platform pop up anything, Fawn has it up on their website. They go through it really well. It's one of the things that I hope to do one day is just all of the movables that are like this. Um, I'd like to go through and show them to you guys so that way whenever I do them, I can just pop it up and have it all figured out so that you guys can watch it through me instead of through them, which sounds horrible because that makes it sound like I'm taking the stuff away from them, even though I'm buying from them anyway. Um, so I really like on Saturdays to create, and then there I messed up, and it's supposed to be on this one. This one I'm doing without any video intervention from them, and I do it quite well, which is nice. But yeah, what I like for my hardest card is to um, create some sort of 3D element, some sort of 3D card, something movable, just so that it's not really a hard card, there's just law parts to it. So what I'm doing right now is making sure that the platform pop-up is up first. That is how I usually do things. Making sure that the hardest part is done first so that way I can color in everything last and I don't have to put everything together all at the end. So it's a lot of tape. I have a tape runner. Tape runner is best in this case whenever you're putting a 3D element together. That way it stays together. Otherwise you're going to have to be holding it there for a little bit with glue, with like liquid glue, and that's not all that fun. So then whenever we're done, the two will be popped up like that. And they'll go together. Now for this, I'm cutting off the fences. This is a wraparound die, and I am not wrapping it around, I'm just using that fence. I think, have a fence die, but I feel like the openings, like the actual fence part, is just too big. I want something a little bit smaller, and this is what gets it to me. Rather than actually putting this on over that and wrapping it around, basically the brown part is a small bowl, the bigger part, or the white part is a big bowl, and you just put them in, that kind of thing. So what I'm doing is putting tape runner on the outside, like that little lip that's right there. Well, it's the inside, but I'm putting it right on that little lip right there, figuring out where I want my fence to be, and hopefully not making it too janky. Ta-da! And that is one piece. I like how it turned out. Because I'm looking at it, I didn't need to have it all the way around though. I just needed to have it on one side. That way that blue piece that's right there could easily hang there, where on the back where it's supposed to be. So whenever I did this, I put the blue piece on the outside, but it doesn't need to be on the inside, but it's supposed to be on the inside. Either way, it worked for what I was going for. And now I'm going to put the two pieces together. You could have, so that little T that I used, that little pop-up right there, that I inserted into this platform die, you could have another one spaced right there with the little foldy part cut off, but you don't need to. I wasn't going to use it for anything extra. So there you go. And then you can wrap around this. So I forgot to bend it. So all of these do have creases that tell you where it needs to be bent, which is fantastic. Lawn Fawn makes this so easy for us. I know there are a couple of harder ones that I really want to do that I'm a little bit apprehensive about, not because they don't make it easy, but because of user error. So there. And I was trying to pop it up and I killed some of the fence posts. Those fence posts are a little bit dainty. So now I'm putting on the hillsides. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to place them together or apart, and I decided that apart was a little bit better. It made it look a little bit cooler. So the idea was the fact that they're scarecrows in not really close together, but in the same place. I was gonna put on here I miss you on the back, but I decided to write just a little note instead. So I'm getting everything all together because you can actually fold this two ways. The middle can go down or it can go up like that. And of course it does that so that you can fold this into a envelope and it fits really nicely in one of them. So with this, I'm going to show you something I got. This is off of Amazon. I tried looking in other places first in local stores and could not find it. This is a 6x6 like baking stencil holder because people do use stencils to put stuff on there. The same way that we do with cards. They just don't use ink. Well, they use edible ink. And then I got my waffle flower stuff in the back as well. I don't really have a lot of different stamp companies that I like using, but I do like the waffle flower postage stamp things, so that's why I have those there. So, and of course, fall usually means cloudy days. Unless you're here in Texas, it still means that it's really toasty and you'll hate yourself for going outside. We had one cool day, and that was while the hurricane was going up and onto Florida. And now it's hot again. Like we had one nice day. So what I'm doing is I'm using more double-sided sticky tape so that I can tape that in the back. And it was a whole lot of just guess and check. Obviously I can line up the sides and all the folds pretty well. So I'm going to set that aside and now I'm going to do all of the stamping and stuff like that. You're going to see me pull stuff up that you can't see, and that is because my daughter decided to use this first, and she sheds like I do, so I think she was playing with her hair or something, or I need to vacuum a little bit better in here because she left hair, like a hairball in there, and you can't actually see it. I can, but the glare from the light is doing the thing and you can't see it. But she has, yeah, that. So she has really long blonde hair and not really long, just shoulder length, but it's long and there's a lot of it. And she left me a hairball. So I'm stamping everything and then I'm going to get to coloring it, and I do very much enjoy coloring. Also because she used my stamp set, I had black ink all over me. I mean, she's 10, she can't really hurt anything. I let her do it because she asked, and she's it's a good way for responsibility building and stuff like that, just so that she knows that she can use my stuff, but she has to, I have to be there because there was a time where she just used my stuff and did not put it away properly, and don't really care about a whole lot of like things and stuff, but that really kind of irked me because I use this stuff and I don't use it. I, not that I don't use it a lot, but whenever I do use it, I want to make sure that all my stuff is put away properly. You know, everything else is just chaos and all over the place, but I really do like it whenever I know where my stuff is at. It provides me with an illusion of organization. So this card altogether took me almost an hour. I had already pre-cut the platform pop-up and all that stuff, so yeah. It's also the reason why it's a harder card is because it's time invasive. I have a what is this? A Gemini Junior, which is made by Crafter's Companion. I have had it since it came out and it's doing wonderfully, and whenever it dies, I'm going to hold a funeral service and be very sad. Uh, but it shows no signs of stopping, which is fantastic. I do very much enjoy all the fall things so that I can, you know, all the pumpkins and everything. We have a pumpkin patch that's an hour away from us and might go do that sometime. I don't know. I feel like everything's creeping up. The next week is October, right? I think. Yeah, next week is October. So, everything has been flying by really fast. And hopefully I will be able to get some time in to go to the pumpkin patch to pick out some pumpkins because I need pumpkin seeds in my life. I don't really do anything with the pumpkins other than, you know, carve out their guts and bake the seeds and sometimes make scary little faces and stuff. So my daughter decided that she now knows what she wants to be for Halloween instead of what she had done before, which was I don't want to do Halloween. Well, why? Why? Halloween is a staple in this house. You need to pick something or just be yourself because sometimes that's scary enough. And she didn't like that. Gotta start building them tough here. So these are the dies, and what I'm doing is trying to put them as best as I can. A lot of people will ask, you know, do you die cut? Sorry, I was yawning. I don't breathe when I talk. So do you die cut and then stamp them on there in color, or do you color and then die stamp? Because you're gonna see in one of these, not that cornstalk, but the one that I'm cutting right now is not perfect at all. It's off a little bit. It still looks okay though. On here, I put it in back, but it's off, and a lot of people want these to be perfect. I think that because they are cut with a little bit of the white showing, and I don't like that. I want them to be right up against the project, but I've learned to live with it. So obviously, you know, what I do is that I stamp and then I color and I cut. And what I get is what I get. I try to do the best I can with it. I am not the best with these. So right now as I'm kind of measuring the back to see how far up I have to have the glue. There are many ways to do this. You don't have to do the platform pop-up first. I could have easily waited for those hillsides and put everything on the hillsides that I wanted first and then put them in the pop-up. I can't remember what I'm doing here. I am fiddling hard with something. Oh, that was the, yeah. So on here, I wanted to place it right up top, but I realized that it might be a little bit off. So then I decided on the back was good. And you can fill in, you have enough writing space in the back there to just write something nice and for somebody to not see it until they turn it around. I wanted to get that out of the way so that at least there was some sort of sentiment on there. I am really glad that I got this die set for this one so that I don't have to fussy cut out those stupid sunflowers anymore. The sunflowers have been a big pain. I don't like fussy cutting. I will if I'm doing a, what is it? If I'm masking something, if I'm doing it for a post-it note. But I don't like fussy cutting actual paper. I know that I need to get better scissors because those scissors have been used for lots of other things besides their intended purpose. And it wasn't by me. It's kind of like, so if you have a guy in your life who says that scissors are scissors no matter what, go shave your legs with his razor blade that he uses for his face, and then continue on that conversation because his opinion will change drastically after that. Um, I only know because that's what I did with mine, and he stopped using my scissors, but it still did some damage. So yeah, that is it. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, please make sure to leave a thumbs up. If you want to see more cards or more stamps or anything, please make sure to subscribe so that you can see more. And thanks for watching.